Caregivers of people with dementia are also hoping to get more support to cope with burnout and rising costs this year. This as around 100,000 people in Singapore are estimated to get dementia by 2030, up from around 82,000 in 2018. Sabrina Ng reports.
Mr. and Mrs. Francis Leong look like any other loving couple. But beyond being a husband, Mr. Leong is the main caregiver to his wife of over 50 years, who was diagnosed with dementia in 2018. While love conquers all, his caregiving journey isn't without challenges.
It can be very tiring, and of course, from time to time, you actually can lose your temper.
Such emotions are common among caregivers of people with dementia.
Caregiver may even suffer from depression, anxiety disorder, and all these things due to caregiving. And I mean, this word burnout, caregiver burnout, is quite prominent in any organization that look after a person with dementia. So we don't look after only the person with dementia, but it's actually the family, especially the caregiver.
For those who need help looking after their loved ones with dementia, full-time residential care facilities is an option. But these facilities can cost anywhere between $700 and $4,000 per month, depending on whether one qualifies for subsidies. Some caregivers may not be able to afford such services, and a lack of caregiving respite can be damaging.
The caregiver who's dealing with demands and stress all the time, then the body is constantly pumped with stress hormones. In the short term, that will lead to these bodily symptoms. For example, we'll have headaches, migraine. But the long haul, it will lead to a continuous weakening of our immune system. That can lead us to be much more susceptible to chronic condition and diseases.
Dr. Ho says research findings show that if a person is constantly under such stress, their likelihood of experiencing a stroke is 27 to 30 times higher than others. To prevent that, caregivers can look for other avenues of support. Places like this dementia daycare center offer respite to caregivers for a few hours. Their services are also means tested and heavily subsidized, making it affordable for most. Here, trained staff engage those with dementia through activities such as games, arts, and music. This allows their caregivers to go to work, run errands, or just take time off for themselves. Others, like Mr. Leong, have also joined caregiver support groups, where they can share their experiences and lean on one another for support.
It's not easy, easier said than done. You have to remind yourself. It's not something that is so-called as per normal. So you have to remind yourself, hey, I cannot react this way.
He adds that caring for his wife is an act of service rooted in love, not labor. But even so, a helping hand can ease the journey for those on a similar path.